All right, peace to the family. This is Brandon B. Dixon. You're tuned into another episode of There's No Spoon podcast or webcast, should I say, where we tap into some of the truths that's right in your face that we're gonna make y'all realize and visualize, and that way y'all can get some working tools on changing some of the things that right there in front of your lives. I got my brother Steve and my other brother Steve. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. I'm gonna start from outside in. So go ahead, Steve Chop. Go ahead, introduce yourself and go ahead, Gwen.
For sure. What it do, peeps? Chop the Barber, aka the real Sangoma. You know what I mean? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Chop it up, build a little bit, see what we can get done today.
All right, Steve, go ahead.
How are you guys doing? Steve Contreras here, geologist in Houston, Texas, kind of like a Renaissance man, studier of the arts and sciences. Happy to be here today. A happy Labor Day to everyone who celebrates Labor Day weekend. Hope you all are having a good time.
Yeah, the camera look a lot better. You look a lot better in HD, man. You know what I mean?
Okay. I kind of glow, right?
Hey, just tell your roommates don't photobomb us with any chest with any shirts off cameo.
Come on, man.
I told him I'd be shooting a podcast. We'll see if he watched it or not.
Right. So,
That's too funny.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I know they probably rewinded this. I'm like, man, what the hell is going on in the background, man? You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get into it real fast, because this is a topic that's really hot right now. This is probably the number one trending topic. This is actually Chop's video that he sent us in the middle of the week that we had a chance to check out and digest, and we're gonna bring it to you live. I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce it, then we're gonna play it, then we're gonna rock from right there. Go ahead and introduce
this clip was crazy, man. I was just scrolling through, checking it out, and I really wasn't paying too much attention to the whole controversy thing. But man, I checked this thing out. It's an episode of the Boondocks where basically they are predicting what happened with the Popeyes chicken. So it goes back to the point we hit last week: is life imitating art, or is art imitating life? Right. So it's kind of it's an interesting clip. Then at the end they're gonna show some of the actual footage from customers in stores. You know what I'm saying? Doing what Negroes do.
Right, and just let me know if you need me to pause it, or if y'all want stop in mid commentary on anything. I could pause it as well. So just let me know. We don't have to wait to the end to commentate on it. Let me see how I can share the screen though. Hold on a second. I forgot how to share the screen already. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. Can y'all see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, let's rock.
Change. I can't wait. I'm gonna get some chicken. I can't wait.
So you kids don't know how lucky you have it. All my life, we only had 11 herbs and spices. This is a whole new... Oh, man.
A two-piece special with lots of hot sauce.
Yeah, I paused for a second, but it's okay now.
Boy, wake up. It's almost chicken time.
What? I can't believe what you telling me. What? No way. No goddamn way. Hell no.
You can't hear it anymore.
Now you can hear it.
Talking about they out of chicken. What? Listen.
Welcome to Colonel's Fried Chicken. Unfortunately, we are out of chicken at the moment. Please go away until we have more chicken. Thank you. God bless.
They ran out of chicken.
Oh man, this is some old bullshit.
No chicken? You mean I ain't gonna be able to get that bucket?
How can they be out of chicken? It's Colonel's Fried Chicken.
This is outrageous. This is an outrage.
Hello, 911? No, I ain't calling a snitch. I got a real emergency. Yeah, I hope.
Some of us have been looking forward to this day for a long, long time.
Hello, my emergency? These fools done ran out of chicken.
Welcome to Colonel's Fried Chicken. Unfortunately,
I ain't leaving this motherfucker until I get my chicken. I ain't got chicken too. I ain't got no job. You better get my...
That's what they do. Keep screwing the little man. You're not going to get away with this.
You're right. Hey, he's right. It's time for us to fight back. Let's knock some motherfuckers out about this chicken.
We are not going to take it anymore.
Damn! Oh,
Tonight, civil unrest explodes in several major American cities. There have been reports of fires, looting, and violence in the streets, all over a fast food promotion gone terribly wrong. As the first customers tasted the new secret recipe, reviews were stellar.
Yo, motherfucker, yo, nigga, this shit is bad as fuck. Yo, put this shit in your mouth, man. Eat that motherfucker here.
But early on in the day, there were signs of trouble. Impatient crowds, drive-through lines stretching for miles, scuffles between tired and hungry customers.
How you gonna say you got chicken and you ain't got no chicken? You knew y'all was gonna do this for a year. How am I supposed to feed my family now? I want my chicken.
I know y'all just seen that the people, Boondocks and people getting mad because the chicken was sold out. So now a girl gets mad because the new chicken sandwich was sold out. So she fought because the new chicken sandwich was sold out. And I'm getting right into it. This is very scary. It's weird. Very weird on me. Yeah, y'all just seen that. That's very weird and scary. I don't know what to say about that, man. That's very weird and scary. But we don't get into clip 2 when a guy beat up a woman over a chicken sandwich. I'm not making up. This is over a chicken, the new chicken sandwich. This is very scary and weird.
Is that a mop?
Oh my god.
Like a broom or something.
The guy jumps in the window and
Come on! Because if I gotta jump in this window, I swear to God on my son I will. Come on, bro! And if you touch him again, bitch, I'm jumping in this shit. No! The fuck I fight.
They had to drag him out the window like that. They had to do that.
Do not fight a woman over a chicken sandwich. Come on, man. You're making the black people look bad. Just go to McDonald's and get a $1 burger. But clip 3. Let's get to it.
Oh! My nigga! Whoa! 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 What?
Yeah, man, that was the 3rd clip. This is very weird to me. This is very weird to me.
Man.
oh, yeah, that's the society we live in, right?
I mean,
So
hold on, let me see if I can get back here. Hold on a second.
so many levels. On so many levels.
There's
I'm
like
getting disappointed to the core on so many levels.
So, go in, man. It's your clip. Go in. I'll take the anchor on it. You know what I mean? So I'll go ahead and, right to left.
You go back clean up? All right. Yeah. Yeah, man. I never really thought I'd see the day when Negroes actually did it, man. When they actually bought all the chicken, but we have managed to do that. So I'm just looking like, man. Like, I mean, this is really the residue, the mental residue left over from slavery. Really, I mean, in a sense. I mean, it comes down because obviously when we were on plantations and stuff like that, the only animals we was allowed to have or raise was chickens. No beef, no nothing like that. So we became chicken specialists. But that's the trickle down effect. It's like the Dookie stain, if you will. That's big that got left behind, and now it's still in the minds of the people. There's only one of them. Like, you can see it. People still eating chitlins. You already know the story behind why people eat chitlins. This is 2019. People still eating chitlin. You know what I'm saying? Like, People come home from prison, same thing. The same. It's mental incarceration or what they call institutionalized. Like, because people come home, they'll still be making prison spreads. They'll still be making prison food out here in the freeway. It's like, bro, you're not in prison no more. You don't have to do that. But that's just the psychological training that, you know what I'm saying, that went along with a lot of the things that we went through. And I mean, it's crazy because it's got so many implications to it. Like, okay, they gonna have to mass produce. I think the government released some documents saying chicken companies are gonna mass produce 43.3 billion pounds of chicken meat, and that's the world record. They've never that breaks all the records. They've never mass produced stuff like this. And if you know anything about some of these slaughterhouses that's out here, they already pumping these chickens full of steroids as it is. Where are these chickens gonna come from? Like, I don't even know if we gonna be still talking about real chicken meat. Like, at this point, like, I just don't know, man. It's deep on so many levels, man. And then, Lord, I don't want, like, even the cartoon clip, like the Boondocks. It's kind of eerie, like how they could put that down, and then it's like right after it, this craze follows, and it's like, man, it's probably something more to it that I'm not seeing. You know what I'm saying? But it's there, and then you see people in there fighting over chicken and just making us just set us back 100 years. Might as well, like, come on, man. Like, you know how white people looking at us and laughing? Like, I honestly, when people do stuff like this, I can't even blame white people for looking at us crazy sometimes, because it's sad. I'm looking at it the same way. It's sad that people really would take the time, invest the time, spend 3 hours standing. I'm not standing in line for 3 hours for nothing. I ain't standing in line for 3 hours for a damn roller coaster. So I'm definitely not about to stand there for no chicken sandwich. But yeah, man. And then on the other hand, these workers, you see them, they getting sitting there getting drugged around the restaurant like that little red wagon Snoopy got, and like, man, they only making $9 an hour for that. Like, that ain't enough to get paid for that. So it's sad, like, all around. It's an L. It's an L for the community, but it shows the current state and conditioning that we in. So we got work to do.
Yeah,
we got work to do. That's what I see.
Yeah, I totally agree to that too. It's just like, the mind control is so real, right? Like, people, like, it goes like a huge craze. I heard about the Popeyes thing probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I tried to go online, and I was sold out, you know. What I did was I just went and got another piece of chicken strips, you know. But, like, everyone's freaking out about it. The spread of the information, like, oh my God, Popeyes chicken sandwich is the best, and then everyone's freaking out about it and waiting in line. It's crazy to me how fast, like, that the consciousness can shift like that, like, for that one product. It's part of the mind control, you know. It's like people are just obsessed for it, and then you have to ask the question: are they even thinking? Like, is that their choice they're making to go get the sandwich, or is it because someone told them that it's really good? Now they are obsessed about it, about the chicken sandwich, and it's all very interesting. It's a crazy way to look at things. Everyone's just going for it because someone told them to, and the clip we just watched, it's what's happening. You know, are they predicting the future, or they already know what's going to come? You know, those are like really valid questions, in my opinion. So, Brandon, what do you think?
I think both of y'all missed the whole thing on what this was. This is an occult ritual at its finest. I mean, it's simple. It's not really predicting. The writers unleashed the game plan years ago. This was the occult ritual. This is what's going to happen, and then they actually executed it. It's simple. If you want to make something hot, you know, what do you go to? You go to our community. If you want to be the cool kids, that's why they started the Twitter war with the, you know, talking like, you know, so-called, you know, I don't identify by my epidermis, but that's what they commonly known as black people. And they knew that scarcity is the number one seller. It's simple, scarcity. If it's exclusive, if it's hard to find, that's what makes people want it even more. So they just rolled the game plan out in front of your face. Hey, we're gonna run this play, and they ran it.
And they ran the play.
And people tripping out off of they running the play.
Right.
That's marketing 101. And knowing people tendencies, knowing people. The occult science is about knowing the effect of what you're gonna do, not the action itself, but knowing the effect of the action. And that's all they did. They always one step ahead because we so surface, we so busy being surface dwellers.
Yeah.
And they're using the Kabbalah and they're using the occult sciences to actually manipulate you.
Mm-hmm.
And all they did was ran the play. It's very, very simple. So scarcity. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, if they wanted to put anything, like you tapped on it a little bit, if they wanted to put anything in that chicken, there it go. You're not even going to be looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
A couple more points I want to touch on. Number one is that I don't think it shows our obsession with chicken. I think it shows our obsession with fame and our obsession with this system. Everybody wants to be famous in the system. Everybody wants the easy way out. Everybody wants to be an actor or be somebody quote unquote important. If you look at Cypher in the Matrix, when he was eating a steak with the agent, he said, "Yeah, I wanna be somebody important, like an actor."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They replaced the real stars that we used to in Kemet. We used to use everything for, and replace them with artificial stars, which are the fallen stars. And everybody still longs for that. Everybody either idolizes these stars or try to be a star themselves. And social media enabled people to do a lottery ticket and become a star instantly, go viral, is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So
15 minutes of fame.
Right, so they get their 15 minutes of fame. So that's, I think, what they're addicted to. And they knew that they used your sickness against you. They know that. And then that's another thing. It's cheap. You ever wonder why every other song on the radio, every other hit is about love? Because love is cheap, and love is something everybody can experience. So
True.
These drugs, cocaine, weed, fast food, it's cheap. And everybody can experience it. So this was perfect for our community. This particular tactic. You see what I'm saying? It's cheap, everybody can afford it. We already hooked on from there you go in the background.
You had the shirt on though. Yeah. You had the shirt on. You good. You good.
But it's already perfect tailored for our community. Something cheap. That's why they pump marijuana. That's why they pump crack. Something that everybody can afford. That's why they pump love and relationships, quote unquote, in our, something that everybody can experience that don't cost a lot of money. And people lust for that. It's back to the first episode we talked about. It's all social engineering that we are victim of. It's all social engineering. I don't think it has anything to do with slavery. Because none of these people has directly, again, Chop and I disagree with this. We had the conversation the other night about this. None of us directly probably even are descendants of slaves. You don't know that. So it's social engineering that made yourself enslave yourself. And you don't know you're a slave. Look at the clip where she said.
So hold on. So you saying that it's not a known stereotype that black people love
stereotype, chicken. But I don't think it has anything to do with slavery.
And I think it also has to do with like the overall population of mankind. Everyone is a slave now instead of just like particular races. Everyone is, since we're all together as one planet, like we're more together now on the planet, but we're also so divided because of, I guess, slavery, just the mental slavery of everyone. No one can think for themselves anymore.
Well, no, it's 99% of the population. It's 1% that run everything that you'll never see. You don't know what race they are. You don't know whatever. This so-called slavery, this chattel slavery, was supposed to be 200 years ago. If not more. Probably a little bit more than that, 250 years ago. If you're talking about the residue switched. The slavery went to propaganda.
Right.
And you're seeing
Mind
the results
control.
of the propaganda.
Mind control, right.
It's the mind control. The fact that somebody got beat 250 years ago, they don't care about that. They don't care about somebody that got killed yesterday.
Right.
It's the propaganda. The fact that you think you're in control. The fact that you think this is a big bad boogeyman. The fact that you think that.
Right.
Look at the woman on the clip when she was crying right before the clip went off. How am I supposed to feed my family?
Yeah.
That's the victim mentality, the dependence on the system mentality that they're showing you. Instead of going somewhere else, you stuck. You think this is the only way I can feed my family is get this chicken.
And that's crazy. It's crazy.
You know what I mean? No, but that's the mind is so powerful. Don't forget, the man is mind. So that's how the mentality is got. Not by whipping somebody 250 years ago. They whipping you every day with the engineering. You see what I'm saying? That was the part of the first show. The propaganda is what whipped you into shape. I want what everybody else want. That's been since we've been damn near came out the womb with these toys and stuff like that. With these bikes and all this stuff. I want what the Jones got. This is the engineering. So everybody want chicken. I got to taste the chicken. Everybody got fame and driving in Lambos because they're YouTubers. I want that. Everybody, I see becoming a nurse and she driving a BMW. I want to do that. Nobody's creators. Remember, we talk, and what I preach creationism. And if you strip that from somebody, you strip the God potential.
True.
So nobody wants to create their own. Everybody wants to follow everybody else. You have that complex. You see what I'm saying?
It's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want Dominic. Go ahead and chime in with, agree, disagree. Go run it. Ready?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like the hardest thing to do, right? Like being able to create, and if you have the power to create, then you can do anything you want in this life, and people are afraid of that. The powers that be are always afraid of the people who take their lives in their own hands because they don't know what's going to happen. They can't control the outcome.
Right. If I could make you want everybody want the same thing in life, then I got better control.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got to put you in a box. I got to simplify this for you. That's why they call y'all minorities. Black, white, rich, poor, good, bad, the God, devil. Simple. And you buy into the system. You see what I'm saying? And everything is not that cut and dry. There's levels to this. You see what I'm saying? So by us simplifying it for you, and you not have to think, you become sheep. Sheep just consume.
And that,
Yeah, go ahead.
That's what I was going to say. In that video, you can just see the sheep mentality,
right.
and the whole thing from the cartoon to real life. It's just they're like chickens with their heads cut off. No pun intended. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, it's just like they're all running around like, oh my god, I don't know what to do because they really don't know what to do with themselves. They're right. Sheep. They just going around. They need their herd. They're lost. They don't know what to do.
Well, the shepherd has become the propaganda.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
the
false religions. That's your shepherd. So I don't want y'all to think anymore. Just go to these schools, and if I can get all of y'all to agree, this is what the guy with the barbershop in the barbershop yesterday. He's an agent for the system.
Right.
He wants to be a good sheep, a good citizen. So he's gonna fight for what's in his mind is right. So look at it. So I'm gonna take Brother Panic on, who's dropping some bombs, and I'm gonna put on Hitch. Interracial, lovey-dovey, stupid stuff, and all the commercials. The first commercial come on is a condom commercial. That's acceptable.
You see?
You feel what I'm saying? Look at the mentality.
Right.
Fast food, killing yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The third commercial came on was some medicine for transsexuals. You didn't peep that out, peeping out all of this stuff, boom, 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 boom. In his mind, that's acceptable. This was outrageous because Panic was talking about some occult stuff.
Right.
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You can't handle that type of stuff. But you can handle a condom commercial in front of your 10-year-old.
Yeah. And he was squirming in his chair the whole time. Like, the whole time it was on, I'm watching his body language. I'm like, man, I don't know. And it was, he...
Right, before he even started cursing, he was squirming.
Yeah, already squirming.
Right.
He like, man, thank you, brother.
Right.
I say, man, you good, bro. You got it.
Right.
You got it.
So, for those who don't know what you're talking about, I was at the barbershop yesterday, and it was kind of dead in there at first. It was just a few of us, and then it started picking up. But we were playing Election by Panic, Brother Panic, and he was going hard on there, and quote unquote dude came in with his son, and Panic said one curse word, and Chop went there and cut it off, and he was jubilant. Oh, thank you, brother.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so
like, you got it, bro.
Yeah. So my point is that look how far we are removed. Anything knowledge-wise, anything for upliftment or betterment, getting out your comfort zone, that's taboo.
Exactly. People are scared of their own shit. Like, this is your original shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and they like you. It's so strong. You don't even recognize it. Everybody else can tell you who their God is. The Chinese people gonna tell you. The Indians gonna tell you Krishna. You know what I mean? Like, Chinese gonna say Buddha. The Mexicans gonna say Jesus. The white folks gonna say Jesus. Like, why we don't know our original name? Why we don't know our, our spiritual system, which it belongs to, and which y'all took. And like you said, I didn't really look at it from an occult perspective, which should have been the first thing really that came into my mind. But when you brought that to the light, I'm like, I see the methodology behind it. And once again, they're using the same, they're using our science on us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's all it is.
Right.
And
that was simple. That was a simple play. They ran. It's like, all right, that's up and go. All right, go up and out run route. Boom, boom. I seen that route coming a mile away when they first started that. I'm like, all right, watch this thing gonna sell out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what they wanted even more.
Yeah. That's deep.
Right. You know
that's
what I mean?
deep.
That just is what it is, man.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say, I used to be a part of that. When I was in high school, I'd wait in line for, like, the iPhone. I think I waited in line for, like, 9 hours one time.
Right.
And looking back at it, I'm just, like, couldn't believe I was doing that. I had to have that instant gratification because I didn't even know any better. I was a young, dumb, uneducated kid, just waiting in line for a product. It's crazy.
I mean, everybody become sheeple at one point, and you gotta see how it feels and see if you want to be on that side or you want to be on the creative side. My thing is the gratification. I want to have people in line for my products. I want to be on the other side. I don't want to be on the consumer side. I want to be on the shepherd side. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I study a cult for the same reasons. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be the gods like that. Because this is the thing. I'm going to get this point out, and then we're going to open it up some more, go deeper. I no longer look at it in shame just because we share the same epidermal hue. Does that not make that my people?
Right.
It's in our community, yes. But we don't share the same mind. I'm light years ahead of them.
Right.
On light years, different frequency. We don't even vibrate on the same frequency.
Right.
So I'm no longer ashamed on the quote-unquote white black. I don't even live in that paradigm no more. That's for the profane. You judge somebody by their skin color. That's stupid. Why not the nail length? Why not your foot size? Well, what? The skin color, that's so superficial. You see what I'm saying? That's so subjective. That's real stupid. But that's what this society, that's the first thing in this society that they teach. Oh, what are you, white, black? What are you? I'm human. What do you mean, what am I? I'm human.
Right.
You know what I mean? So anything else, what race are you? There's only one race, human race. Now what happens if we do discover aliens? So they're going to acknowledge all of us in different little pieces, or are they going to say human?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
No, I was going to say exactly. That's it. Once you get past looking at the surface level images that we see all around us, it's just almost, it's not petty, but it's just like there's more important things to focus on than just what's in front of us, and a lot of people can't ever get past that for sure.
Right, they locked in that paradigm. Once you locked in that paradigm, you lock yourself out of growth. You can't see past the surface. You know what I mean? So now, is there? Yeah, then you buy into the stereotypes. So once you buy into the stereotypes, now you going by that's showing that you can't think for yourself. You got to go with the consensus. I got to go with the crowd say go. And I can't dissect and analyze myself like, hey, this person doesn't like chicken and watermelon just because of his skin color. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How juvenile is that? All right, this person, because of his skin color and because of where he was raised, he has to like chicken and watermelon.
Right.
And he has to like hip-hop music. And he has to have a girl with a big old booty.
Right.
With fake nails and stuff. You know what I mean? That's stupid. Yeah. Instead of trying to identify and get to know that person one-on-one, you put that person in a box in a filter before you even learn that. That's laziness.
Right.
That's for the profane. So I have no judgment about you until I get to know you. If I choose to know you, I'm going to choose to know you on an individual basis, not according to stereotypical templates that I'm supposed to.
Right.
Does that make sense? That's what a thinking man does. You know what I mean? I'm somebody that has an independent mind, and I don't have to go with these templates that's out there.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but my point that I'm making by I went on a little rant there, a little tangent, is that I don't feel bad anymore. It's not me. It's not my particular family that's actually doing this. So I have to look at it on that level because I can't feel sorry for people that doing what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You want to stand in line for chicken, that's what you're going to do. You came here to experience that. Look at the show before about the winners and the losers. You came here to experience certain things. Why? How arrogant of me for me to try to block your experience?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? If you wanted to be a broad that's a hoe, why should I be Captain Save-A-Hoe? You came here to experience that. You know right from wrong. It's in you. My eye is in you. The scales of my eye are in you. You know what you're doing is wrong. Why should I have to? You see what I'm saying? And I spend all that time focusing on people outside. I can't be the best me.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So I'm no longer ashamed of what people do because it's not me. Personal responsibility is your only savior. That's what we talk about on the Bob Only podcast. Personal responsibility. I'm not responsible for every person that has the same skin color as me. I found this on the web. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's arrogant. Also, what Panic was talking about, that's when your heart is going to be heavier than that feather. Your heart got to be light.
Yeah, so you can float,
So you got to share this human experience. You realize they're not real. There is no spoon. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's part of, let's go deep. Now, just open that door to the deep thing. And we're going to probably lose somebody on this. What if these people not real?
Yeah,
that's another distraction to get you off of your square. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go try to be Captain Save-A-Hoe, and I done forgot to help myself.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right on.
You feeling that? Like, man, I'm trying to go save the world, and I ain't saved myself.
Yeah. It's impossible. You can't save the world, or you can't help somebody until you figure out how to help yourself first. It's impossible. Right. And if someone who thinks they can do it, usually they'll stumble because then they realize, like, oh man, like, actually I need to fix this about me first before I can actually show someone the ropes.
Well, and that's why a lot of people fall out. We throw stones and we ain't right. You know what I mean? So all you can do, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you don't condemn a dirty glass. You just put a clean glass next to it.
Right.
And let the masses decide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there and try to, oh man, y'all wrong, man. Y'all embarrassing us. Y'all embarrassing. They're not gonna hear you, bro. They're not hearing you.
Yeah.
They want that chicken sandwich.
It's sandwich.
You know what I
mean? Yeah.
They won't go to that strip club. They want that lean. They want that next high because they're comfort addicts. You feel what I'm saying?
Right on.
You got to get out of your comfort zone in order to go get the godhood.
Right
you
on.
You got to be extra special to get to deity level.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to be deified in this particular third density, like George Washington or somebody, L. Ron Hubbard, Master Farad Muhammad, or, Elijah Muhammad, you want to get to deity level, you got to be a special somebody. You got to be a creator that's gonna. You got to show and prove. So a lot of people don't want that, man. They want living their best life is going on a cruise, a $600 cruise, and doing an electric slide at 1 a.m. And forsaking their bills. Then they got to come back and forsake their bills, and that temporary moment is living their best life.
Yeah.
There's a good quote in the song St. Pablo by Kanye West, and in the chorus it says, looking for God in your nightlife, and you wonder why you can't find it because you're looking in the wrong place. You can't. You have to give it up to be able to find what you're looking for.
You said they said that the Christ conscience said you can be in this world, but you can't be of this world in order to follow.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to get this. You got to share this human experience. Some people they're new souls. They love. This is new to them, so they got to experience this. And you're impeding their progress.
Right.
People that want to come is going to manifest themselves. They want to be. If you want to be a disciple, you want to learn. You gonna come on. You gonna ask questions. You can't. You can't beat righteousness into somebody.
Nope. And that's where a lot of people make a mistake too, especially with major religions. They're trying to force feed all that information, and it's like a lot of people get turned off, because you're trying to preach to them something they don't even understand.
Well, like I know, most of the major religions are part of the system as well, part of the equation. The big three, especially they're part of the program or two. Again, most of it, some are honest about it, but most of it's money making, and control. I run it down. Like, again, we could talk a little bit more candid on this show. With Christianity, they teach you, like I said, that, somebody else died for your sins, and, that somebody else is more powerful than you, yet you're nothing. They're one, you're zero.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's, what I'm saying, that in turn, like I said, is the social engineering. That's one of the basics of the social engineering. If you're zero, you're going to think that, hey, all I gotta do, I'm designed to mess up.
Right.
I'm designed to act a fool. I'm designed to be beating up somebody for a chicken sandwich because I'm nothing.
Right.
Look, you see how that goes?
That's a fact.
So it's in the subconscious mind that I'm nothing.
Right.
If I was a god, I wouldn't be behaving like this.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the residue. I disagree that it's slavery. It's a different type of slavery. But chattel slavery that they talk about, that was the boogeyman. The real thing is that when the Council of Nicaea, when they started that in 325 AD, when they decided to take your power away from you.
No, I agree with that 100%.
Right.
My whole thing was, I think, just like I said, like chitlins, we already know that's trickled down. We already know that's trickled down from slavery. Ain't nobody else eating that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just us. And the chicken thing, I was just saying because that was one of the main things. That was the only thing we was allowed to have, only animal. We couldn't have no beef, no none of that. Only thing we had was chickens. So we was closely associated with raising chickens and whatnot.
That's the thing. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. When you say we, who are you talking about?
When I say we?
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about melanated peoples in general. But going back to what you said the other day, because I remember,
Right.
like, that was powerful. Like, man, the propaganda of slavery and what they do and how they really get you to believe that this boogeyman is a big bad, you know what I'm saying, something, or the Wizard of Oz, till you peek behind the curtain and you be like, this him,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, him. That's how the propaganda machine. I get that, like they pushing that to make you believe, like you said, you a zero.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Really, when you a literal hero or Heru. But yeah, you a Heru.
Right.
Really, you know what I'm saying? But that's not the propaganda. That's where I was going with that. But yeah, I feel you know.
My point is when you say we, look at we sick, boss.
Well, I believe everybody is one.
Right.
Yeah,
I got you on that tip. But peep this out. The way they wanted to make you go is that they wanted to say everybody with dark skin was a slave, and everybody with light skin was slave masters. BS.
Right.
Most Caucasians, first of all, came over here as slaves, Slavic. They came over here as slaves, and we were the map. People with dark skin had slaves.
Right.
You know, so it was only a small percentage of people that had where we were slaves. Like I said, did the castration happen? Yeah, a few of them, not to all of them.
Right.
Did pregnant women get the baby sliced? Yeah, probably a couple of that happened. Not the millions.
Right.
So why are we in a shell? I'm underneath the covers, shivering and scared for something that happened to one or two people. Maybe 10, 12. All right, maybe 20. Hundreds of years ago. You see what I'm saying? And it's not probably even in my family tree.
That's fear. It's fear. Come on in.
Propaganda. Dude got you, man. You get out this bed. I'm gonna kill you. Ain't nobody there.
Right.
Ain't no spoon.
Right. Ain't no spoon. Right.
We out of my mind. That was them back then. Why you living like Panic said, man? That's like going right now with a Run DMC outfit to the club. You living in the past.
Yeah, you in the past, brother.
You in the past, man. Let that go, bro.
Yeah, you got to upgrade.
The now is the mental slavery. The mental sheet. That's been on since like the 1900s when they decided to rewrite Egypt history and when they reconstructed history. That's the mental. That's the new age.
Right.
That's gone. We talk about now. The now and then that's the people that are quote unquote people that have a dark skin don't want to hear. Ain't got nothing to do with skin color right now.
But they'll push it though, and that's what they do. They push it.
Well,
they push it so hard.
On heavily melanated people because the eye pineal glands are open.
That's what I was gonna say.
So that we have to have that victim mentality even more because if we find out who we are, they definitely can't control us. The whole thing will collapse.
But to say that, talking about melanin though, melanin as far as skin melanin, that's one thing. But everybody, white people included, they have neuromelanin, which is melanin in the brain.
Right.
That's the one that really, you know what I'm saying, count when it comes to third eye activities. If it's not calcified too much.
Well, the melanin in the skin is the insulator to get the sun, which is direct information. So we have a stronger Wi-Fi signal, basically.
Right.
That's the download the latest information. So there's a download and upload.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They can upload shit quicker because of the melanin that escapes them. So that's why they can. All right, the speech of 1777, I can memorize that quicker. Because the upload speed's quicker, but they download speeds is damn near none. You can't get the new information.
Yeah.
So that's why I got to keep thing.
I get them downloads, man. When I get them downloads, it's usually like you said, when the Wi-Fi for some reason at nighttime, it's like more people offline, and when it hit about 1, 2 o'clock, that's when the downloads come for me.
Right, no doubt. And getting that sun diet though, that's when the information comes in.
That's true.
Sources of the sun, the plants get the energy from the sun. You eat the plants. That's why we eat the vegetation. You try to eat the animals that eat the plants. So you're trying to get the information third, fourth hand. It's already been digested. There's minimal information there. Get the information straight from the plants. That's why we eat vegan, not because of So I want to live longer. You know, you know, you know, it's all 1 + 1 = 2. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but something I'm about to say, just going into the cuffs of what I wanted to say is that there is no spoon, bro. There is no. The whole thing is to get you off of your get you distracted.
Right.
To get you distracted. That's the whole thing.
It's a game.
Right. Once you're distracted, you know, you gonna sit there and try to save the whole world. You know what I mean? Because you're embarrassed. You want somebody to think of you better, in a better light. So you're gonna argue with them. You shouldn't look at me like this.
Right.
And it's not gonna help. You know what I mean?
Right.
The particular redneck that lives in a rural area, I have no control of how he sees me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you? Why do you care?
No.
And that's most of our people. Our people don't really want liberation. When I say our people, I'm talking about people that are on the bottom. It don't matter with the skin color, because that's stupid. People don't want to be liberated. They love the system. You see what I'm saying? So they just want people to treat them better, especially the people that they perceive as gods. One of the things I wanted to look at Islam. This is a thought I pulled from the realm last night. Isn't it shirk to say that I'm not Allah?
Like blasphemy?
Yeah, isn't it shirk to say if there was all Allah is one and that's all there was, and I was made from Allah, how can I not be Allah? So if I have this Play-Doh, right, and I'm this Play-Doh, and I break this Play-Doh off and make separate this Play-Doh into little pieces, it's no longer this Play-Doh.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the Sunnis and all that stuff, I know I'm gonna get a lot of negative. How is shirk saying that you are Allah? If Allah is one, Allah is all. See how the propaganda come in? I'm nothing again. I'm just the creation.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But if Allah stands alone by itself, and He created us, aren't you part of it?
Ooh. Ooh. Hey, that's a cold lick. That's a cold lick, bro.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's a cold lick.
So it's the stuff that they telling us shirk. You're shirk. You're saying that
right.
I'm a being outside Allah that can ignore Allah.
That's not how it works, right?
That I have more power than Allah because I'm His creation. I can choose to ignore Him if I want to.
Right.
I don't remember.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm more powerful than Allah because I can. All right, you created me, but I don't have to acknowledge you.
Right.
Come on, man. That don't make no sense to me.
It don't make sense to nobody if you actually thinking for yourself.
Right. So man, I could dissect all the major religions in a couple of seconds, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it all go back to control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Again, like I said, we all pledge, like I said, you can have your religious freedom. I'm not saying don't do your thing, but do your thing, man. Do your thing. But don't forget, if you want to hear more about this creationism, you know where to get it from. You know what I'm saying? I preach over here creationism. That you're a mini creator. You're a Heru. You see what I'm saying? You're Osiris.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So you can do what you want to do. Whatever you put on your trestle board, you can rock with it. If you know how to move within this system. It's all the occult. You feel me?
Yeah. You gotta believe it too. You gotta believe it's all real.
Well, see, the thing is that, again, you look at the etymology of the word believe. It means to spread the lie. Lie is in the word.
Straight up. Lie.
Yeah, say belief is for kids. Faith is for teenagers. Fruition is for adults.
Right.
There has to be a balance, right? Because like you have to be able to move through this world. Yeah.
Well, believers, there's believers and non-believers. That's another thing that they added to you got to be a believer.
Yeah.
Translation, you got to be a sheep.
You got to be willing to accept something that you know in your grown mind don't make no damn sense, and you got to be able to. I'll term it as the purposeful suspension of intelligent thought. You have to intelligently turn all of that off in order to believe that one man got all these animals on a boat that he built by his damn self, and he fed them. They pooping, they doing all this stuff. They ain't got no. Who gonna feed them? Where they getting water for all these things? Right. Like you have to purposefully suspend your intelligent thought in order to believe something like that.
On the same note, you got to be suspend your intelligent thought to think that somebody traveled 3 months to go get some slaves, and they would lined up to go ahead and get them. Yeah, come on with me, and then I'm gonna put you in a boat for another 3 months with a train chain to the bottom of it, and pooping all over yourself, pissing all over yourself, and then the water that you would need to survive for a 3 to 6 month trip will be heavier than the passengers, so the boat would capsize.
Yeah.
So you got to suspend your intelligence thinking that we were brought over here by the millions. Nah, that's BS. We are indigenous to all land. Period. I mean, when I say we, I mean people that have melanin in their skin, heavily melanin in their skin, indigenous to the whole planet. Number one. Then number two, did the transatlantic slave trade happen? Yes, but not on a less smaller scale than predicted. And you can trace this. They say people that's really traced it say about 30 to 35,000 people came over here from Africa, not 3 million. You know what I mean? Because think about it. If we came over by about a million by now, we'll have more than 14 million. They wasn't doing all that killing, bro.
Man, they only got one boat, man. They only got one. These people save everything. You can go through these museums, which is really just trophy cases for a lot of shit that they stole, is what it really is. But you can go to these museums, and they got stuff from 5,000 BC. They got stuff dated on back. You got one boat, and you telling me this part of history, these people are going to have these boats sitting up somewhere saying, hey, this is the...
That boat in South Carolina is a remake. That's not a real boat.
Yeah, come on, man.
My thing is, where's the records? What forest did they excavate to build these boats? What company was the boat builder at that time? Because they'll still be rich, because that was the number one supposed industry at that time.
Yeah, East Indian Trading Company, right?
Huh?
The East Indian Trading Company, right? Made all the boats.
Nah, hell no. If they made all the boats, why are they not still rich as hell now?
Because they spend all their money.
Oh, that's not possible.
Yeah.
That's not possible. They would be loaded.
You would have been loaded at the time. Just like J.P. Morgan's Chase.
Yeah.
Still a major player right now.
It's complicated. If I had to guess, I mean, like, they hide it really well. I mean, some of them are still around today. Like, they're the kings and queens of small countries.
What forest did they excavate to build all these boats? And who helped them? Who were the workers at that time that helped them build boats at the masses that they have? What was the turn time on building these boats?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is the stuff we don't ask ourselves. And if you trace it, there is no spoon, there is no boats. Now, am I denying that there was a slave trade? Yeah, there are people with slaves, but to the multitude that they have, nah. The whole thing was to get you to prove that get you to punt that this was not your land, that you from somewhere else.
Right.
And if I could do that, then you don't have any ties to the land. I can make you move around, and hey, this is not your land. Go back to where you came from. That's why phenotypically we don't even look the same.
Right.
Actually, I'm closer related to the Stephen Contreras than some people from East Africa. Both you probably were Taino Indian. My mom's family Washita Indian, and then you just got Spaniard on one side. I got Nigerian on one side. That's the difference in the skin color. That's it. But both of them was natives. They came in and conquered and they mixed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my point is that we spend so much time on stuff that we can't get positive answers to because we weren't there. That's another distraction. History.
Yes.
And I don't get it. If they can manipulate everything else, why can't they manipulate history?
And they do.
You know,
They do.
His story, of course, it's manipulated.
Right. So but a lot of people act like this is ironclad. What I learned in school, because everybody agrees upon it, is ironclad.
Right.
No, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't know. So my thing is to go ahead and usurp all of that and worry about the future. Yeah, it's good to know a gist of history so history don't repeat itself. You know, but that's why in the lodge room the Bible is the furniture of the lodge, because that's the programs that it's not a history book. It's just, all right, when this happens, this is gonna happen. This is your guide, all right. When this happens, this is gonna happen. This is the program. You know,
basic instructions before leaving Earth, right?
Right. So it gives you the breakdown, and we look at it as past events. Nah, this is, if you do these certain things, this is gonna happen. It's like a computer program. If this happens, then this is gonna happen. If this happens, then this is gonna happen. That's your guy right there. It's not to sit there and, you know, back in the day, like my Hebrew Israelite brothers, they sit there and dress like, you know, bikers from back in the days. Like, man, come on, man, you supposed to be looking forward. That ain't our culture. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So your whole thing is create your own culture.
That's fact.
You know what I mean? That's what we here for. Create our, you know, keep making it fresh and renewed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Selling out chicken left and right.
Our culture has become sheepism and buffoonery.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? That's what our culture has become. And this is, you know, like I said, not to keep on dwelling on, but it's all because of propaganda, all because of what we played on the first clip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to keep ranting. I don't want to dominate the conversation. Y'all go ahead and chime in, and we can go ahead and wrap it up, man. You know.
Shit, you was walking on water, man. Go ahead. You was walking on. I call it walking on water when you just be flowing like that. Like, go ahead, bro.
Right.
Catch me, man. I feel you.
I mean,
yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's basically what I get out of the chicken sandwich, man. The whole thing is we keep getting the plays ran on us, and we don't want to know the play.
Yep.
Because again, we want to be comfortable. We want to be in this thing. Somebody like that dude yesterday at the barbershop would have fought you, would have got into it over the system.
It happens every time.
Over the system. Dudes will fight you over the system. They want to be enslaved.
Right.
Why are you trying to save them before you can save yourself?
Right.
Even if a play ain't going down, right, they say put your mask on first.
Right.
Before you try to help somebody else with their mask. How you about to go out of consciousness, you try to, hey, man, boom, you drop it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right up.
Put your mask on first, man. Y'all want to buy a chicken? Buy a chicken, man. Y'all want? I'm looking at yesterday, man. After I left the shop, man. And I see this all the time, but I seen it a couple of times yesterday as well. The match. I don't know. You remember right there by that Kroger, right? They had a mattress shop.
Right.
Went out of business. You know what I'm saying? They got a nail shop, booming, right next to it. Right on the other side of it, they got Subway. Then they got this Chinese place, both booming. Then they got the weave shop, boomed out. So it ain't the strip mall; it's the priorities.
That's a fact.
So they got so many quote unquote queen. I never understood the terminology queen. How you a queen? You ain't got a kingdom. And how you a queen? You don't present yourself as royalty either. You're more of a court jester than royalty. But they got these queens that got a more expensive weed than they do mattress. You know what I'm saying? Mattress costs $99. Weed costs $300. And this is what you sleep on. You spend 8 hours a day on.
But you're a queen.
But you're a queen, though. You know what I mean? Nail shop packed to get these acrylic nails. No, with all this, telling what type of, chemicals in that thing. The weed, the chemicals that they put in them things. You don't know what they spraying them things with to preserve them.
Right.
And we go broke for that. I'm looking at yesterday. I'm stopping at Subway right fast. And, man, this chick car smoking. Barely making it. Hop out, go in that weed shop. Man, you need to hit Midas. You know what I mean? Hit that Midas first.
Man. Come on, man.
For real. I seen this with my own eyes, man. I thought I seen it. Maybe it's an illusion.
Nah, you
feel me?
You probably felt it. Hey, for real, man. That's deep, bro. But like I said at the beginning, like I hadn't even been paying attention to that controversy. I heard about it. I scroll and I see it. I'll be like, oh man, what's going on here? Bro, really, I don't think, like you said, it's not for everybody. Like you said, you got sheep. You got some people that ain't intended to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like they are fully engulfed. Like old boy from the Matrix. He tell me, I know this steak ain't real, but I don't want to remember nothing. But it tastes so good. Like, and I don't want to remember nothing. Like you got people that's stuck in that state of mind because I done had conversations. I used to get into arguments with people over religion and all this other stuff going through. You can't even get out of the first chapter of Genesis before you make a mess. Right. And you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You can't even get out the first chapter before you make a mess. You know what I'm saying? So I be sitting here trying to get at people. My father's a pastor. We'll go back and forth all day, every day. And honestly, we still really don't even talk to this day because of that. But now I'm good with that because the one thing that he told me, and it blew my mind, man, it was deep because like I was so as a kid, like it's all like new. You know what I'm saying? This was my conditioning. This is what I knew. I'd have fought you about Jesus 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But as I became more conscious and aware to what's really going on, like, wait, what about the Nag Hammadi Gospels? Wait, why the Catholic Bible got 5 books, the Apocrypha in it, and they took them out? Who said take it out? Who was King James? Who authorized this? What the Council of Nicaea? What happened to the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to all this other stuff? When I start bringing up these type of questions, you can't find that light. It's like, man, it opens you up for that. But I don't think that it's intended for everybody. It's not something that everybody go grasp. It's not something everybody's supposed to grasp. You know, that's why it's only 1% of the world, 1% that run the world. Right. Everybody else, you know, you get it how you live.
Right. Well, go ahead, Steve.
Well, I was just gonna say, you have to just be able to see it, or you have to be able to relate to it. I guess like how I deal with some of this stuff is like I don't mind like hanging out with people who don't understand because like it actually helps me be able to see a little bit better because like it's like you're walking like in a mist, I guess, around everyone is a mist and you're just walking by because the only way to truly be able to help people is to be able to see it from their perspectives, I think. And so like there's a quote like Jesus never, it's a Kanye quote also, Jesus never like hung around with the intellectuals. He was always hanging out with non-righteous, you know, trying to help people, try to see it from their perspectives. And when they come and ask, you know, you try to do your best to help.
Right. Let me ask you this. Just to play empathy, to have some empathy. Another question. This
Here we go.
Deep stuff.
Here we go.
Get in trouble for this episode.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? Do you blame them, the 1%? I mean, would you say that this is close to euphoria as you could get?
You said what?
How
The mental
much?
state?
How much as a sheep? Let's take it. Let's take ourselves out of the equation for a second. People like us, enlightened. For a sheep and for a shepherd, how much better the sheep?
For a sheep and a shepherd, what now?
How much better does the sheep want it? Isn't it a pretty good job that the shepherd's doing of making this a fantasy land for him?
Man, Harriet Tubman said it best. I think it was Harriet Tubman said it, man. She said, I freed all the people. I'd have freed a lot more if they only knew they were slaves.
Right.
So it ain't like, they comfortable. They good in the house. They like it in the house.
They created, you created a system where I don't have to hunt for my food.
Yeah.
I don't have to build my house.
Yeah.
I could go online and swipe and get me a date.
That's a fact.
I could press a button and some food gonna get headed to my door. I got police that's gonna be looking for anybody that's trying to rob a scheme.
Mm-hmm.
How much better y'all want it?
Right.
It's not perfect. You see what I'm saying? Just playing the devil's advocate for a second.
How much?
You feel what I'm saying? How much better y'all want it? You know what I mean? You got your imaginary money. You drive your coupes. You eat right now. You're on Lake Cairo. You eating your crawfish.
That comes from the perspective of somebody that absolutely lacks spiritual awareness. Like anytime, if you've done any type of practices and you did any real work and you'd experienced any type of experience as far as the spiritual actual experience, a real experience that you feel, that you know, and you are most assuredly sure that when you leave here, there's something else going on. Like you know for yourself when you experience it, you go behind that veil and you see that curtain. There is no way that somebody could remain. Somebody could still be that dwell on that in that dimension like that. So the people that feel like that, man, they doing a good job. They right where they supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my point is that's how they look at it. A lot of the sheep, even let's say some of these pastors, some of these 501c pastors, like that's their argument. Like we got it good here, boss.
Yeah, in the house. I'm in the house. Yeah, I'm in the house.
You see what I'm saying? That's their mentality. You gotta dissect their mentality. You got it good here. You got all the women you could want. You know, you practicing a bastard form of polygamy, but you can still practice it, tongue in cheek. You know what I mean? You got concerts. You got your Essence festivals. You got your comedy shows. What more you want? You know what I mean? You got to pay like you way wet with 2 pairs of clothes on. It's imaginary money, but that's what keeps as my thing is a managerial state. If you let me ask Chop, let me open the seminar, the panel to both of y'all. If you could create the perfect world, what would you change and what would you keep of the current world?
The perfect world. The perfect world?
Yeah, the perfect world. All right, I'm the 1%. I want to create something. That's what they did. I created this world that billions of people got to live in. What would you do? What would you change? What would you keep? My point is, they're not doing a bad job. If you want to, on a managerial standpoint.
Yeah, they learned a lot along the way.
People want comfort.
Right.
They want a pillow.
You want head.
They need a pillow. They need a pillow.
They need a pillow.
They need a pillow. Go ahead and lay down. Yeah.
All right.
And then,
how would you create this? What would you change and what would you leave the same?
I don't think that question could actually be answered, but I think it's an illusion. Last thing they added was the illusion of choice, right? That we can actually think we're doing something different, like that illusion that we can choose or not choose. I think was the last thing added. But I don't know. I mean,
you're not answering the question. So you dodging the question. You buck dancing.
I think it's an impossible answer to a question. It's impossible to answer.
I think if you was a Sims creator, you was a Sims master.
Yeah.
What would you? I'm doing this for a specific reason. What would you keep and what would you change of the current state if you had all control?
I think the world's perfect how it is. Actually, like
that would be my answer too.
Right.
That would be my answer.
So,
without polarity, without up, there can be no down. Without hot, there can be no cold. Without light, there can be no dark. Without pain, there can be no happiness. Without there's all these things. They're congruent. The world is already perfect. Is what you make it. There is no fucking spoon. You want it, go get it. Manifest it. It's that simple.
So what are we, as enlightened people, who are we fighting against? And why are we fighting against? What are we fighting against this quote-unquote system for?
I don't play chess. I just stand on the side and watch. I'm not even in the game.
What you mean? You're supposed to be doing something. What you doing?
What? I ain't supposed to be doing nothing. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. That's not my obligation. I mean, just some people will go for the propaganda and stay in a position because they're comfortable. It's not because anything else. It's because they're comfortable with what they're doing. They're comfortable going to church and doing what they do all week and absolutely never crack the book open for themselves to investigate anything. Then go to church after you've been drinking and smoking, doing all this shit all week, and tell God, I'm sorry, and he's going to forgive you after you put your little change in the collection plate, and then you're going to go home. That's what people want. Like, that's what some people want.
Right. That's
Let them have it.
You want here it go. That's what Constantine figured out in 325 AD. That's what the people want.
Mix all these bad boys together. Yeah.
Let's put all this together. Y'all want it all? We get y'all it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got an Easter bunny and resurrection on the same day. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
The people want convenience. They wanted to hit the easy button. That was easy.
Yeah, and death is such a taboo topic. People are so scared of death. Like people have such this deep rotting fear. Like people don't even want to talk about it. And it's like, man, like when we go back to ancient Kemet, that was the whole point. Like everything. There was nothing frivolous in Kemet. Nothing. Everything was about ascending, getting up out of here, like everything. Like they didn't even have a word for death. It was resting, because when the sun sets in the west, okay, it's gone, but it's gonna rise in the east and on the horizon, on the Heru, and then it's gonna set when the sun goes down. It's set. Like they understood everything was a process, and that's one thing that really hinders us, because we become so indoctrinated with this thought of, oh man, like just being fearful of death. And
let me not to cut your wisdom, but you said it all right there in a nutshell. In Kemet days, like I said, it was the beginning of the patriarch.
Right.
If everybody was focused on getting up out of here, how can I control you here? That's why Constantine came up with, like, man, I got to create a Disneyland here, so you want to stay here.
Right.
And then if you want to stay here, you got to abide by my rules.
Right.
Now people will fight you to stay here, knowing this is the cocoon. They don't know that this is the cocoon stage.
Right.
People couldn't wait to get up out of here back in the day. When you had knowledge of self, let me get the hell up out of here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I created this playground, this quote unquote perfect world. So you want to drive this BMW? I want to go to Magic City. I want to eat this Whataburger 2 a.m. after I smoked a big long stogie. And it's supposed to this would make me feel good. And sit around and watch Netflix.
Yep.
And we blame people for doing what they really wanted to be done.
Right.
And we're trying to kick them in the ass. Like, come on.
It's the law of cause and effect, man. Cause and effect.
You feel what I'm saying? You got to look at it from a managerial. This is to open people's eyes. The whole purpose of this show to open people's eyes. Mm-hmm. This is what happened to you. You wanted this.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted this.
Yeah.
You feel
me? Facts.
So who we fighting against?
What you crying for? Yeah, so what you crying for? Yeah, what's the problem? We
us.
Another scene in the Matrix that went over people's head. A lot of people's head. that's why I love the Matrix. They put so much occult science in there, and they put man.
It was released in the year 1999.
Yeah, that's my favorite movie of all time, bro. So you remember Neo in the second one, the Reloaded. Neo fighting Agent Smith. Boom, and they just keep coming. Brrr, he tearing their ass up. Brrr, he fighting. So Agent Smith said, "Man, why you keep fighting?" He said, "Because I choose to."
Right.
And the boy, he taking a stab and he kicking him, and they just keep coming by the thousands. So he decided, man, F it, and it flew off. Now, you know he had the capability to do that all of a sudden. I mean, from the get-go.
Right.
He chose to fight. He wanted that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with every other being, the fractal being, which is ourself. Right? They wanted that. That's why he broke it up into Agent Smith interfractions. To show you the fractal, you fighting against these people that want to stay where they at.
Yep.
And you got the ability as Neo, as the one to fly off from the get-go, but you fight with these people that want to be where they at.
As the Neo fight.
Yeah, to learn. He does it to learn, to experience. That's why he does it.
Right. So, all right, now that you know that these people don't want to go nowhere, you still gonna fight with them? You gonna still take their chicken sandwich away from them?
Right. Right.
We did all that to come back to this.
Right.
You feel the man? Let the boy have their chicken sandwich, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Handle your business. It don't embarrass me.
Hey, you know the smartest thing I seen from that whole thing, though?
Yeah.
It was some, I think it was some white dudes, or they might have been Hispanic. I'm not sure. I think they was white dudes, though, man. They went in there and they bought about 20 chicken sandwiches.
Right.
But they went right out to the parking lot where the line was going down. They just went down the aisle, doubled the price up on all of them, and was gone with their little bread real quick. I say, that's probably the smartest thing I've seen come out this whole little chicken ordeal, bro.
I've heard of stuff like that too.
Right.
That's crazy.
$10 a sandwich. Still hot.
Yeah.
You know,
there you go.
You know.
Don't worry about it. And they buying them $10. About $10. I'm like, all right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the whole point, bro. That's if people, enlightened people, going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. People that sheep, you probably cut this off after a minute or two, so you're not even gonna get to this part. It's gonna go unseen. That's why I'm getting bolder and bolder when I'm seeing. Now they're probably gonna pull us up. Hey, remember you said this? But it is what it is, man. That's the whole purpose of me being. It's the double up. It's the double up. I'm gonna get my slice off of this.
That's a fact.
And my point is, it's gonna fuel the greater good. You see what I'm saying? The point is, and I learned this. This came to me in my 20s. This was one of my first visions that I ever had, and this is my first time ever sharing this with anybody. I'm gonna share it to the world. It's not about what you do, because everybody don't understand the end result, but it's all about what your heart intended for. And everybody can't see that. They're not gonna be able to see that till the end. They're gonna see you might not be able to understand what I'm about to do, but you're gonna understand it when I'm gone.
Yeah.
Now you can the haters are only gonna criticize what I do, but that's fine. But you're gonna see you don't know what the heart is intended to do. So all this is for the greater good, but I'm not coming on a spirit of Huey P. I'm not on the Black Panther stuff. You feel what I'm saying? I'm on a whole nother level. I'm a different type of leader. You feel what I'm saying? This is only built for Cuban links, like Raekwon first album. This ain't built for everybody. This ain't built for everybody. You know what I mean? And y'all want to get it? Here you go. Y'all, there's levels to this. Y'all want to be asleep? Here you go. I got a pillow for you. I got the best pillow.
Yeah. Fluffy.
Memory foam.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Tempur-Pedic pillow.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So that's what y'all want here. I'm not gonna block your water. You'll drink the water that you know about. Obviously, you came here for a purpose. It's for you to understand your purpose. If your purpose is to be a sheep, that's your purpose. You wanted to see how that feel like. You could easily, again. You remember the meme with the kid that fell in the water, was crying. The Hispanic kid that was crying when he was in the water and shit. The mom was like, stand up, boy." And he stand up. He had like 1 foot of water.
I ain't seen that.
You gotta see that. That might be a good. That's a good show right there. The boys, he crying like he trying. Man, his mom like, stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up.
You could have been stood up, dude.
Stood up. I could have been flew away. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, man. Any last thoughts? Go ahead, plug yourself. We've been about an hour right now, right?
About hour 15.
All right, let's wrap it up, man. I know people don't have this attention span like that. You know what I mean? Go ahead, tell them where you can find your social media, so on and so forth. Chop.
Chop the Barber.
Final thoughts, social media, all that stuff. Run it.
All of it. Chop the Barber 360 on Instagram. The Real Sangoma. You can find me on there on Instagram. And Roosevelt's Barbershop, Katy, Texas, man, right off of West Little York, Fry Road. Come over, you know what I'm saying? Check us out. Coldest barber in the city, hands down. Guaranteed.
Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, you can find me at Steven Contreras 90 on Instagram, Steven Contreras on Facebook. And yeah, just feel free to reach out, send me a message or anything like that if you ever need some help. Gotcha. Always there to help people.
Brandon B. Dixon, the Billionaire Loan Officer, billionaireloanofficer.com is up. So you want to book me for sales training, mentorship, motivational speeches. I'm here. You could go ahead and book me on my website, billionaireloanofficer.com. My book is out right now. Go to billionaireloanofficer.com. You can go to the link, or you go straight to Amazon. Just type in "Sales: The Nucleus of Any Profession." Out right now. Cop this thing, man. If y'all want marketing tools,
fire book.
Yeah, to go ahead and do what we're talking about. You need to sell. You need to be able to market and sell in this new economy, this side gig economy. If you want to make some money, if you want to make this imaginary money, and live your imaginary good life. But so
yeah, you got it.
Do your thing, man. But my thing is, if you're gonna be a gamer, if you're gonna play Pretendo, man, go hard, man. Beat the game, man. That's all I'm preaching, bro.
Yeah.
I know this is BS, but go ahead, go hard while you're here.
Yeah.
Might as well. Instead of taking up space, be productive.
Yeah.
It's a balance. That's why we're here.
It's the balance, man. Go ahead. I could be. See, the thing is, I'm different. I'm different. I think you can excel in this world and not be of this world.
Yeah.
The book of Ecclesiastes talks about.
That's what most people say. You got to be dirt poor. You got to have nothing. You can't attach yourself to anything. I disagree with that. That's why I'm here to change it. I think you can build up the society, better society, and not be attached to it. I don't give a damn about it. I mean, I know this is fake, but at the same time, I'm gonna go hard in the realm. And for people that want to be here, I'm gonna make it better for them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? 1 degree better.
Right.
That's what we're supposed to be every generation. We can make everything 1 degree better. Every time we come back to our playground, that's what this is. It's our playground, our learning ground. It's a little bit better. You know what I mean? A little bit different things that you got to face. So that's all it's about. You know what I mean? For me, in my perspective. You know what I mean? So that's my final thought. We're going to go ahead. There is no spoon. We got the Power of Ownership podcast coming out as well today. So we're going to finish the last 48 Laws of Power. That way we can wrap that up and go to something different. You know what I mean? So, and that's it. Stay tuned to that. Subscribe, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We almost had 1,000 subscribers. We got to get there. We got to get to 1,500 before the end of the year, man. We might have to do that big screen TV again. All right.
So, yep.
All right. With that, I'm gonna say peace.
Yep.
Peace.
Yep. But let me download this.
Yep.
Hopefully, what time you have somewhere to go?
Yeah, like soon after I get my car, and I'm in the middle of a fantasy football draft right now. So I could probably do the video closer to 5 or 6.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna dump this to YouTube right now. And,
Sounds good.
Yeah, just hit me when you're available.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, all right, later.